Hello friends! Before restyling, the initial version was designated FX35. Under its hood, an atmospheric gasoline V6 with a volume of 3.5 liters, VQ35HR, with a return of 307 horsepower was placed. The FX37 modification was equipped with a 3.7 liter V6 petrol, VQ37VHR, and 333 horsepower. The top-end FX50 is powered by a 5-liter V8, VK50VE, developing 400 horsepower and 500 Nm of torque. VQ37 is based on VQ35. However, in 3.7, the piston stroke was increased and a VVEL throttle-free mixture formation system was installed, which works on a similar principle to BMW's Valvetronic. Adjustment of the composition of the mixture is carried out using the mechanism for changing the stroke of valves and phase shifters on both shafts. The VVEL system is also used in the 5-liter V8. Both V6s have one vulnerability: paper oil channel gaskets. Over time, they are squeezed out, and the pressure in the lubrication system drops. This leads to premature engine wear. For example, the earbuds may turn. After 2012, metal gaskets began to be used. But even among the samples of 2012 to 2013, there are copies with paper gaskets. In addition, over time, the bolts of the oil channel cover are unscrewed. The solution is to apply thread sealant. Otherwise, all 3 gasoline engines are quite reliable, and cases of major repairs are quite rare. The timing chain is also very durable. But the factory radiator is rented after 150 to 200,000 kilometers. With age, valve cover gaskets begin to snot, and oil appears in the candle wells. In the second generation of the sports crossover, there was a place for a diesel engine. The FX30D version hit the market in 2010. The 3-liter unit with the V9X index is a V6 with a turbocharger in the collapse of the block. The common rail injection system with Bosch piezoelectric injectors is responsible for fuel supply. Developed power, 238 horsepower. This is the only motor in the palette that fits within a reasonable tax burden. The V9X was developed jointly by the Renault-Nissan Alliance. It can be found under the hood of the Renault Laguna Coupe, Nissan Pathfinder SUV, and Navara pickup truck. However, the Infiniti engine differs in block, crankshaft, intake manifold, injection system, turbocharger, catalytic converter, EGR valve, and oil pan. Critical malfunctions of the 3-liter turbo diesel in the Infiniti FX QX have not yet been identified. All engines are powered by a Jatco RE7 R01A 7-speed automatic transmission. The box is almost indestructible. Repair cases are rare. Sometimes they start to worry about rough and not always timely switching. The ailment is usually eliminated after updating the oil and software of the box. The intelligent all-wheel drive system Atessa ETS distributes torque in a ratio of 0 to 100 in favor of the real axle up to 50-50. By default, Infiniti FX is driven by the rear wheels. The active center clutch system is well known from the Nissan Skyline GTR. Transmission elements are quite hardy. After 150,000 kilometers, silent blocks for mounting the rear gearbox are surrendered. The problem is most relevant for lovers of dynamic driving. The suspension is double trapezoidal wishbones at the front and a multi-link setup at the rear. The sport versions with the S index were equipped with the CDC system, which electronically controls the stiffness of the adaptive dampers. In addition, the rear axle received active RAS control. It turns the rear wheels at an angle of up to 1 degree. By 100 to 150,000 kilometers, the ball bearings of the front levers are surrendered. The silent blocks of the front suspension arms serve much longer than the ball joints, and as a rule do not have time to grow old, since the arm is changed when the ball joints wear out. Silent blocks of levers on the rear axle reach up to 150 to 200 kilometers. Front shock absorbers will last over 100 to 150,000 kilometers, and rear shock absorbers over 150 to 200,000 kilometers. After 120 to 150,000 kilometers, it is necessary to update the noisy front wheel bearings. After 150,000 kilometers, the steering rack may knock or leak. With the advent of frost, owners often note wedging of door locks. Ultimately, the locks have to be changed or repaired. Change the servo motor. The leather upholstery of the steering wheel and driver's seat acquires noticeable scuffs after 100 to 150,000 kilometers. With age, the fuel gauge begins to cheat. Cleaning the level sensor does not always help. Most often, the comfort unit located in the center console is to blame for this. You need to solder or replace the transistors. If you know of other model malfunctions, be sure to write about it.